yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Inside handoff, Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That good for 19 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. Back to Walker on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
At the Ravens
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. They run again with Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll try the air now with Smith. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignment. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
Here's Smith. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Off the option, here's Henry.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now it's Jackson.
They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Smith. And it'll be intercepted.
Washington now to return it. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. His zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll start with the option.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Jackson. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now Smith. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Down.
Smith will stay out there. The offense is going to go here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
Henry up the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And some room to work.
down to the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 41 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
To throw is Smith. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing now is Geno. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
You talking about? Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slow enough.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from the bank. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They'll try and take an option left side. He's across the 35. Has room down the left sideline. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's going deep this time. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They've got a man in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3-and-out and a sack on top. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in your quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
They need a lot here, but still going for it on 4th and 15. On 4th down, Hurts. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down. This is Henry on 2nd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Working quickly here. Play action. Here's Jackson. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And his gain is stopped on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Fullback trying to power it across. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Goal line formation, a give to the fullback powering forward. Is that Lorenzo O'Neal? That Tom Rathman down there, Brock? It doesn't get more old school smash mouth than that.
Yeah, I think you could go back to the early 1900s with no face masks and still find that play, that formation, and yes, sometimes even that touchdown.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, Britton Covey. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
First down, a run with Barkley. The defenders are there to get him at the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. They go to Barkley again. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Sanusi Kane able to make that stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
He's got Smith. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the inner harbor. The Eagles driving. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throwing for Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 1-score game before halftime. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 41. Handoff headed right to Henry. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Play action now with Jackson. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. He's going left on the option, and they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is gonna go for 60 plus. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. On first down, Hurts. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
That's caught by A.J. Brown. Running down the left side. A.J. Brown! They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Gonna run with Barkley. Has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles earn the chance to tie before halftime. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for two. He's throwing for it. This is caught. And in a tight game, they turn to the run, and it rewards them with two. We're all tied up. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. The drive begins with Henry. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Zach Vaughn with the tackle. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. 2nd and 8. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air, he hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
1st and 10, here's Hurts. They get it right back, that's intercepted. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this. Plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, here we go. 2nd down. We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. It's no good, an easy kick, but he hangs it right. And this stays tied here in the 2nd.
Even the best kickers on earth, they'll miss one every once in a while, and it stinks. I guarantee you he wants that one back. But all he can do now is push forward. Short memory, best kickers always have, and convert the next time around.
One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Well, we're set up for an incredible 2nd half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Hurts setting up to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Now really wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Ravens will go on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Pistol snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Catch is made down the right sideline. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
A draw now. This is Henry. And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither's... Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. The give to the fullback. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. And they send a man in motion. Trying to get outside with Henry. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
He'll get this to Henry. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty. Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Trying an option play, headed left. And they're ready for him at the line. Couldn't manage anything there.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens going for the win here. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Buying some time right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens have taken the lead late. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he'll be out of bounds at the 22-yard line on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Ravens make the play that should win them this game.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Another give to the wideout. Man, he has been busy. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. Trying to set this up quick. Henry has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
He'll try and run for it with an option left. Ooh, yikes. That 2-point try was headed the wrong way. Just about everything going wrong on that attempt. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Looking the sideline. That's Goddard. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 32. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
A bit of desperation on this team, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Here's a toss to the left. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that two-point attempt. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Return starts at the 9. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Put the body on the line for his team. They've got to keep moving quick here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Try and push it deep downfield. And that pass is dropped. Fitting. That would be their final play of the game as we've reached the end of this one. So in front of a flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.
Broken glass of a bottle makes a jagger rock. Right now I got 2 shaky hands, only one way to stop. And I haven't touched it for 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly up, already wanna quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was. Never thought I'd say this. Hello, my name's Jason. And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. The broken man in the mirror can't look at me 'cause he's guilty. And I swear that the last couple months that tried to kill me. By the time I saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to run from it when it runs in the family. A problem with 1,000 more it's causing. Damn, it's exhausting. This is why I walked in. Thanks for letting me share, y'all. And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. A perennial Pro Bowler Justin Tucker has it on the tee. And off we go here in Baltimore. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Wilson gonna throw right away. He'll find his big target, Pat Freiermuth. 2nd and 7. They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That's going to be caught.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. Play action now. Jackson. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's a handoff to Warren. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there for the sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. 3rd down, here's Wilson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. A gain there of 11. That's a Steeler 1st down. Now a 1st carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. He'll be brought down. Short pickup. It's at the 26. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Wilson. This one complete to Washington. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
That's Washington, the man in motion. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for, and that will lead to a second down. On second down, Russ. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
And he's into the end zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that first down. 2nd and a yard. On the option, they give it to Henry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll let the fullback try to push the punt. And he's trying to power forward, but no dice. They're going to stop him behind the line.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. That is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
On 1st down, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson. And he's in. Van Jefferson. Touchdown, Steelers. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers move out on top, 14-0. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, Jackson. A deep shot for Aguilar. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Now Wilson. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
They'll get this only down to the 6-yard line. So for the moment, the defense with the stop as we get to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. They roll the dice, 4th and goal, but they're going to wind up being turned away by the defense.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. Good gainer there. They'll get him out of bounds, up past the 35-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 31 yards. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Aguilar goes off in motion. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Going up top and looking for Flowers. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end. All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. 3rd quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Jackson looking to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now Lamar going to hang on to it. And this drive is going backward. Taken down for a loss. The defense with a quick 3-and-out.
Clearly, the play caller here is thinking that the defense is going to be completely zoned in on stopping the running back, thinking he can catch them off guard with the quarterback keep. The defense was prepared for both guys, and they now force fourth down.
Here's Austin to return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Russ. First down throw there is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And that is not going to help at all. They needed a whole chunk of yards, not going out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. 4th and long coming up.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Uh-oh. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Going to go right back to Henry. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
On 2nd down, a run. Well, how about a reverse instead? So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
I can't believe what I watched.
3rd and long. In the pistol, Jackson ready. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. The drive stays alive. They got 23 yards on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
And he will score! Game on! Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion. Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. Past midfield.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Russ. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Wilson will throw again. That's incomplete. Daring Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs. Start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. Now Henry. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Raven first down.
Couple of explosive runs here to start the drive, and now you got to ask yourself, what's the counterpunch? I think as this defense continues to pack themselves in tight, this is a prime opportunity to try to take a big shot downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's a handoff. Wait a minute, it's a reverse. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games, and that 3rd down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. Forces 4th and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come down to this 4th down try.
Here we go. This is 4th down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Harris. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout, and they stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll give it to Harris again. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy.
finger on the like, ay, 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 ay. Grandma was in A, auntie was in A, mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a side while bro had a get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20-some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? I been sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlton. If I leave him in the wheel, shooting my shot like A, hit the red dot like A, finger on the like A, 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 shooting my shot like A, hit the red dot like A, their spot like A, 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 A. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like A. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like A. Shooting my shot like A. Hit the red dot like A. Finger on the like A, 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 A. Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. He said when to stop trying to in the face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brent. I'm going off no fail, say switch. Yeah, me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate. Okay, look, all eyes on me. I feel like I'm Truman. No, we finna win it, cause I'm about to lose it. I don't give a computers disputing. I go off a field, no heads, just shoot it. I die for my team, I'm the coach, I'm recruiting. I'm spending my time and I'm saving the day. I feel like a mutant, I'm built like a student. I'm feeling bilingual, cause I'm in Nigeria, rocking the Cubans. My life is a highlight reel that I keep on looping. You can't just tell me, you gotta prove it. Stealing, their first name is Lupin. I'm hitting harder than like Yuke, and they sending shots, but somehow I just juke it. Hitting my desk, I'm B.I.G., you know.